Hey there, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is you're watching this video. I'm Dr. Ray with the Learning Liaisons, and here's another discussion for our FTCE vlog. So today I'm going to address a question that I received from a teacher here recently via email. I get questions all the time. Feel free to send them to me, text them to me, post them on my Facebook page. But one of the questions I got from Deirdre down in Dade County Schools is she's frustrated because she's taken the GK 5 times and she keeps buying all these study guides, the Cliff Notes, the XAM, the REA. You insert whatever title or acronym you want. But she's bought all these books and she keeps studying them, studying every day, every other day for hours, and she keeps not passing this test, getting that dreaded unofficial fail on her exam. She's looking for that unofficial pass like everybody else. And she's frustrated and she wants to know what's the problem. Why is she having so many problems? She's a great teacher. She said she's a great teacher. She was great in college. She does really good on tests, but she can't seem to pass this test. And that is a struggle that I work with lots of teachers all across the state for the last couple of years. One of the biggest struggles is they don't understand. They know the content, they know most of the information, they study all these study guides, but when they go in and take the test, it doesn't look anything like it does in those study guides. The questions don't look the same. All the content that's in there is not on the exam. And the honest truth to that answer is it's not going to be. And that is a tremendous frustration for teachers statewide, whether you're a college student or a classroom teacher. Those books are not the exam. They're making an educational guess based on the state's blueprint. And when I say blueprint, you can find all the exams blueprint on the state's FTCE website. Just Google FTCE and it'll come right up. That's where you go sign up for the exam. You can go download the study guides and the blueprint, which is basically an outline of the objectives and goals of the test. And you can see everything on there. It's not a secret. But what these test prep companies do in these websites is that they're making an educational guess based on the state's blueprint, and they're putting together content that coordinates with the grade levels tested and the areas tested, and they're making practice tests based on that content. So here's the analogy that I always discuss with teachers in my workshops. All right, when I teach my courses over at UCF, I give final exams, right? If you're taking a college course or any class, you get final exams. The week before the final exam, I do a review class where I give my students a review sheet, and on the front and back are all the educational terms or theories or laws, anything that we discussed in that course throughout the semester. Anything we talked about in class, they literally have a list by chapter. I give everybody a copy of that, and we also do a little activity and sometimes game in the class where I read off draft questions off my final and we play a game and do a little competition there for review, make it fun. And they all take notes, and those who study the notes pretty much do well in the final exam, right? Makes sense. You get the notes, you get the practice questions, you study, you do great. But the problem is that these test prep guides are not writing your exam. It's Pearson in the state of Florida. So you have to keep that in mind. All right, so if you go in to preparing for this test with the idea in your head that you're going to spend this money on these test prep guides and it's going to be a mirror of what's on the exam, that is what a lot of teachers go with, that mindset, and they get very upset and mad and feel like they want to light those books on fire. So please don't light them on fire. That's dangerous. But I just want to let you know they're not a waste of money. So don't think that I'm doing this video and answering these questions saying, no, don't buy the books, they're a waste of money. They're not. It's all about how you use those test prep guides. Most teachers, like I said before, they go in there. I've seen some of the students at the university. I see some of the teachers I meet with the school districts. They come in to the workshops when the school districts have me come out. They come in and they've got their stacks of test prep guides with spiral notebooks jam-packed of notes. One lady last month had a stack of index cards like this high of all vocab terms and everything. I'm asking them, like, are you trying to study every single piece of content on your that you think that's on your professional education test? All these words and lunch. She's like, yeah, I'm going to make sure I memorize everything. I'm like, well, that's all good and well to know some of the content, but that is not the number one focus that you should have when you prepare for these exams. When you use these test prep guides, it's all about self-assessing and practice. So here's how they're beneficial. Now, I'm not going to go into all the strategies and things I teach people in my workshops every week online, but I am going to tell you, okay, that those test prep guides are good to help you self-assess and practice. What does that mean by that? Most teachers will take these, everybody wants practice tests. I want practice tests. Well, that's all good and well, but they're not really going to help you if you're not using them the right way. So what you need to do is take these practice tests and set your timer, just like the real test, whatever it is you're preparing for, and you go through and you answer the questions, and then obviously you go through and you check your answers. That's what everybody does. Let's say you take a 120 question practice test for the professional ed, or a 45 question practice test for your GK math. They set their timer, they go through and they grade. All right, I got 15 questions wrong or 25 questions wrong. This is what I got wrong and why. That's great. That's a good first step, but most teachers stop there and they try to take those tests over again and make sure, well, I know why I got it wrong. I'm not going to do it again. Well, guess what? You're never going to see that question again, so it's pointless. What you need to do is you go back to those questions you get wrong. This is the self-assessment and practice. Go back to the questions you got wrong in these study guides. See what skill or what competency this question was about. So using the professional ed as an example, okay? Was it about Esau? Was it about a certain part of the code of ethics? Was it about maybe inquiry learning or direct teaching? You go back and then you target. You'd be like, I use the term, be like a ninja, right? You're studying, you're prepping smart, not prepping hard. You go back, then you review that content, right? If it's cooperative learning, the question has to do with, go back and look up what does that mean, and also what are some examples of what that looks like, right? Because you need to understand examples of some of these terms, because that's where the scenarios come into play, right? So the good test taker, back to that example, not only do they check their answers, that's great, see how many you got wrong, see what the answer is, but then go back and see what skill or what competency did this question revolve around. A lot of these test prep guides are good because they tell you, then go back and study the content. There is no easy way around passing these tests, ladies and gentlemen. You got to put in the work, okay? So to answer the question again, the frustration with the test prep guides is the moment you have an inkling in your mind that you're studying that test with the idea that that stuff is going to be on it, it is not going to be. It's all about strategy. It's all about how you use the test prep guide. So I'm not saying they're a waste of money. They're good, but it's all about how you use them. So if you have any questions, you could always email me. You can go right to my website at thelearningliaisons.com. Remember, liaisons is liaisons.com, and you can send me a message through there. Go straight to my email. You can text me anytime at 407-797-1499. That's 407-797-1499. And I'm always here to help you. All right, so you guys can pass the test, whether it's your GK, subject area exams, professional ed. You guys got this. You're great teachers, great college students, but it's all about how you study and what you study. All right, so if you have any questions, you could always contact me anytime. And you guys have a great day, and thank you very much for tuning in to another one of my videos here. All right, have a great night, and thank you.